But bro, you know who was I didn't fuck with on God. I didn't fuck with a single song of his, but that motherfucker when he trolled made me laugh was Tekashi. Bro, that video when he got out of jail and he was like this is the Ben 10. He was like, hey bro, he was talking that shit. He was like you my son. I kiss you on your forehead.
Yeah, I kiss you on the forehead. That's one of my most quoted lines ever. Yeah, kiss you on your forehead.
His best line was the and he goes, "What kind of gun is that?"
I was doing that shit on Xbox for like 2 weeks,
bro.
He said, "What gun is that?"
That shit had me dying, bro. That was academics.
Yeah, that boy is gone.
Yeah,
I haven't heard shit about him in a long time.
No, bro was getting like fake jumped for like 3 years, just trying to hold on.
Remember when he got jumped with the Dookie stain on his underwear?
Oh,
bro.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Bro, yeah.
Bro, no, that shit went viral.
Bro, I wasn't even trying to see it, and I saw it.
That Instagram video had
like... I don't remember that either.
Was the LA Fitness jumping?
I don't think so. No,
I know what you're talking about where you got jumped at the gym. But
this had like 20 million views.
One,
yeah, I ain't seen
For real?
Yeah,
it had like 20 million views on Instagram alone. Like, it was insane.
I missed that one.
Bro.
Yeah, no, Tekashi was funny.
I'm pretty sure he was trolling, though, because it literally looked like chocolate. Like, that shit looked fake as fuck.
No, bro, everything that man did was...
As much as I hate his music, dude's funny as fuck.
All right, let's just intro the podcast. What's up, everybody? Chris Platte, Rap Game Podcast.
Do we got to clap the sync?
Nah, we don't got to clap the sync. Fuck it. I edit this shit. I'll figure it out. Thank you. I'll figure it out. I'm with my guys, Chris, Mike, as you know, the producer.
What up,
my
boys?
boy DJ Amer, and we got a special guest, first guest on the podcast. My man Birdie. What up, though?
Yes, sir. What's the deal?
What's up, man?
Came on here to play, my boy. Yeah,
bro.
It's a good day to be on here for sure.
Sir.
I just want the record to know that this man, and we'll get into the Drake the Kendrick beef. Y'all know where I stand. The fact that I allowed him on this podcast, I think that should show. I should give flowers for not just surrounding us with Kendrick
biased.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want that objectivity. But
this is like Germany invading Poland right now. You feel me?
Hey, bro.
I want the record to be clear. I'm not anti Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? He does have his good little. You know what I'm saying? But he is the pro Kendrick. And
but you know what's funny?
That's really how I go.
You know what's funny is I don't even get boxed in, but like. People will try to box me in as that just because that is the favorite of the two. But that's how these fan bases get. That's how these fan bases get.
Yeah,
Man.
we'll get into the whole fan base discussion because
I feel
like
the other day I'm like, I hope Drake drop a fire fucking.
I was waiting for it last night. I was waiting for it last night.
You still got nut on your chin, like damn, like I can't like my man's like.
Hey, but you know what?
That's the problem now, though. Like, if you like say something remotely good about anyone, it's just like, oh, get a saddle, all that dick riding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Literally, and you say one little thing, bro.
Hey,
I don't even think not one time I ever said I wanted motherfucking Drake. Well, obviously I want Drake to motherfucking beat Kendrick, but like I don't think I ever stated that publicly. So like it's just crazy how motherfuckers just take your words and spin
that shit is so funny. But you know we can all unite and rejoice in the death of Jermaine Cole. No, we'll talk about. Yeah, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's start there. I was gonna get the new music, Metro Future.
I think we should start with new music. Like
we should.
We gonna be talking about the Metro.
There's a lot.
Yeah, let's get that out the way before.
The best part about this week is that it's all connected in one way or another.
I swear to God.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Listen. This is rap drama. This is actually way more fun than getting good music, which we did get this week. Future and Metro dropping. We still don't trust you, gentlemen. After sitting with it 24 hours or less than,
which wasn't enough time. But...
Yeah. I mean, obviously when you're stating it like at this point, you're just kind of going off first impressions here.
Yeah.
I rocked with it. It felt like a Hendrix Future thing.
Yeah.
You know, I was critical. Don't put this shit out there. The last one is bumping. Let that one rock, and then put the other one.
And this one's long.
This one's long.
Too long.
And they had that 7 rap tracks at the end that they snuck in to make it like a double album. But hey, this shit was hard. I love this shit.
I
dog.
love it.
Definitely smart.
I love this shit. This was a standout. This is what I want. Just like elite production. And you know what? I want to say this too, because everybody's been talking about everybody's been talking about Hit Boy and Alchemist as producers for the last couple of years. Those have been the two people, and those two are even clicking up, which is interesting. But like Metro, after that last album that me and you, Chris, we don't hate it, but I think it gets a little overhyped. The
Heroes and Villains.
I think it gets a little overhyped. Not bad, but it's a good album. But between that and these 3 Future and Metro albums, bro,
We counting this last
he's
one?
cooking.
You counting those last ones too? 2 albums?
Not really, but I'm
A-side, B-side type shit.
As a producer myself, I do love Metro Boomin, but somebody pointed out something really good is that like Metro Boomin's production is like white Air Forces. Reliable, always looks good, always sounds good, but it's not necessarily anything special either. That's like my thing. That's my general consensus on Metro Boomin. Like it's nothing. I'm never like super surprised by a Metro Boomin beat, but it's never gonna be bad. You know what I mean? That's like where I'm standing with Metro at the moment. I love it, and I think that him and Future work really well together.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, like again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's like white Air Force.
He's the best producer, man. You can't hate on it.
It goes with every fit.
I think he's the best producer, hands down.
I think it's a conversation. Where you at with it, Birdie? You leaning?
I've never been like a crazy Metro fan, but he do got some slaps.
That's what I mean. It's like he's not like breaking fucking molds with the way that he produces, but at the same time, he also set the precedent for pretty much trap music in general.
I was gonna say for me, it's him and Tay Keith.
You could start before with like you could say Lex Luger and all that,
or
Zaytoven, whatever. But Metro Boomin,
Zaytoven gets slept
Tay
on a
Keith
lot.
though.
But
come on now.
No, but Metro Boomin, Tay
He had
Keith
a
is
run.
the son
He
of
had a-
Metro
he had a-
Boomin.
Very
He had a
short run.
moment.
Like, we don't even hear from him. He damn near equivalent to motherfucking Murder on the Beat. Like
Yeah,
he was popping for a minute.
and he's
But
also-
even Murder on the Beat was on Donda.
And also,
Where's Tay Keith?
But
been?
also Tay Keith.
I
heard
think
him
Tay
randomly,
Keith-
though.
I
I
think
did.
Tay Keith fucked up where he I think he did some interview where he was talking about how he because he did the beat for Wait For You, right? I'm pretty sure he did.
He did.
He may have, yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
he also
did, like,
did the
some
one
little-
with Drake and Smiley.
Yeah,
What
he
was
did
it,
like
On
some
Top?
little interview. Basically, was saying like how
Drake wasted that feature. God
he was
damn.
basically saying how they was trying to get Tim's on Future track and she didn't want to do it or whatever, and then I guess Drake ended up coming around and I guess she ended up falling through, but. You know how them industry motherfuckers
Yeah, like, but as far as Tay Keith, I mean, you could do this with any artist. You could say that so and so is a product of so and so is a product of so and so at this point. But if we're talking, let's say the line starts at Metro Boomin, that's where you get Tay Keith. That's where you get fucking Murder on the Beat. That's where you get all of them because
I can see that.
Metro Boomin set the precedent so early on. You know, whatever 2011, 12 when he started popping.
12, I'd say.
Lex Luger, it was already a Lex Luger before then, though.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that like
why we started at Metro Boomin?
You can take it back to Lex Luger. You can take it back to whoever.
Listen, Lex Luger, motherfucking Young Chop,
yeah, Southside.
Bro,
all
like
808 Mafia
Southside
in general.
Southside.
Yeah, Southside is a good one. I totally forgot.
And Southside actually, he can rap too. He raps pretty well. He had an album like early.
Didn't he? Didn't he?
It's nothing crazy, but it's not bad either.
Didn't he just produce that new Yachty song?
I hate when producers step out their element, man. Yeah. That should be.
What'd you think? Did you
See,
hear
I like when
Did
they
you
do
hear the Hit Boy
personally,
like rap records that he did like with Alchemist?
I think I have. I don't remember
when he tried to control the rap or the rap producers and
I think I did.
I don't think anybody said anything.
It wasn't nothing memorable, obviously, but. I don't remember him.
I mean, it was some good points, but it was just funny that like nobody cared. Like it just went like he literally tried to control. He's like, I got love for y'all. Mustard makes the ratchet beats, but can he chop soul? Metro Boomin, something. Like he called out like all the producers, and it was just like nobody picked it up.
Like, why did you do it? Like,
nobody picked
the
it
people
up.
you were talking about is not about to hop on the track.
Yeah, bro.
Back yeah, bro. Like, that's not a good idea. Like,
Mustard ain't about to drop link with YG and drop a gospel album.
Yeah, if we're talking about where they've been, where has fucking Mustard been, man? I swear to God.
Last time I heard him was on Ballin'.
I went through just like a whole slew of like 2014, 15 like popular songs like fucking Ty Dolla $ign Paranoid. What was fucking you know, like all that type of
That
Mustard
era.
shit. I'm like, he really had some huge fucking hits, dog.
He did.
He
I
did.
swear, every time I hear a Mustard name, I just think of Rack City. Like that's the first thing.
Yeah,
that
Rack
Rack
Rack City.
I think of Pure Water.
Yeah.
Or, was it Deep Water?
Yeah, that's way more recent. No, Pure Water.
Pure
yeah.
Water, yeah, with the Migos.
No, but back then, like 2014, 15, there was
And Ballin',
he
obviously.
was on top of everything.
Back to the Future Metro project though. Can anybody answer? Because it's not up. It's fresh as we're reviewing it. So like all the sample credits aren't up there. He flipped a lot of dope samples. What is the sample on Beat It? That shit sounds so
I didn't
familiar.
even pay attention to it.
It sounds like,
Play
bro.
it?
Well,
it sounds
can you
like
play
a
the
song
sample?
that we've heard a million times.
We can
Like,
play the sample
I
over here,
promise
right
you.
without we getting copyrighted.
We
Is
could-
it at the beginning?
Listen, we could play and figure it out. We're not monetized at this point, so at this point,
Right, fuck it.
at this
Touch
point,
it.
let it fly. Play the Beat It record off the album.
All right,
'Cause it's literally right at the beginning.
I wasn't able to connect to the speaker, so it's gonna play out the TV. But
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It'll be even better. That's a
Oh, it's right there,
a
third
little
one.
lower. So, bro, what is this?
Voted yes on the clean
Oh,
energy
okay, that's actually a decent volume. Not bad.
Great Lakes. She voted
So, bro, this is a famous ass song.
I don't know, because I never heard this original
Why
song.
have I heard
But I
this
heard
shit?
this
That's
sample
what I'm
of another
saying.
it
song.
almost sounds like
Like some Beatles shit or something.
no,
No, it's not Beatles.
it's not Beatles.
That's definitely not Beatles.
It sounds like some almost like Portishead or something. Let me see.
So I
I
looked.
say, if
I
you go
tried
to
to
Rap Jeans, I already know it's gonna be like.
I
that's
tried
the
to look
first
it
shit.
up, but bro, when I heard that shit threw me off. I thought he was gonna say.
Oh,
I thought that
you're
was
using
gonna
that
be.
too?
I thought that was gonna be yeah, bro. That's where I looked and
See, I'm.
They don't got nothing.
they
yet.
didn't have it yet.
They don't
but
have it
Okay,
yet.
that makes sense.
that shit, chat.
Fresh.
If it listen, anybody in the comments that's watching this video, post. Let us know because that shit is gonna bother me. I hate hearing something I know and then not knowing where it's from.
Swear.
That shit.
Oh, the
bothers
guitar
me.
does kind of sound like Stairway to Heaven, but it's definitely not Stairway to Heaven. Yeah. See, Reddit doesn't even know yet, so it's something.
Yeah, bro. But right. I'm not tripping. Right. Like that sounds like a song.
No, it's
like,
familiar for sure.
I don't know.
100%.
I don't know, but
That album's fucking sick. Honestly, both albums are great. Honestly, they're
which
very
do you
good.
guys prefer?
The second one was sounding too hard.
Yeah.
And I swear.
It depends though, because that's the thing though. People have a preference on what Future they like, and you get
We were
it's
talking
the
about this
same thing
before,
with
yeah.
Future and Hendrix, where you get one Future on the first one and you get a different Future on the second one. So it's which Future. Everyone has a preference on which one they like. Do you like when he's yearning and crooning, or do you like when he's just barring up,
Talking
like,
that shit.
Yeah. So
I'm glad to have both.
It says it could have been made from scratch.
Yeah, because sometimes I might jump in my honest bag. You know what I'm saying? We on there be singing for real. Sometimes I like to jump in my trap nigga bag. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like,
But that's what makes Future such a great artist is that he does have those different sides to him that like
Swear.
you could find something for every mood you're in. You know what I mean?
for real, Future like that.
Yeah, you can't, bro. And that's why like I appreciate this album because like at this point, Future, all I'm looking for you to do is to paint a new picture. Like I got all the stuff that you've done that's good and that I appreciate, but like now it's like okay, switch it up, like do something different. That's why I'll always appreciate this. But I think all three of these albums, if you want to count this as a double album, I think they're gonna end up being pretty high in my Future rankings. Like,
Think so.
how many albums
Yeah.
off rip are you putting over these three? Like, DS2 obviously.
I'm gonna say he for sure got good five albums out.
I'll
there.
ta-
I'll-
Well,
yeah,
I ain't gonna
'cause-
say over it because I don't
'cause-
really
but
know
like-
how
but
good
like
it is till I
three-
keep listening.
I'll,
but
t-
like
I'll take
three-
I'll take Future
Yeah,
probably
Future.
the self-titled.
Yeah.
But like Evil, I didn't really listen
Evil,
to.
we
I'll
were talking
take-
about that.
no,
That song-
I'll
that
take I
album's
Never
actually
Liked
ass.
You. I Never
oh,
Liked
definitely,
You.
I'll take I Never Liked
You
You.
said that
Yeah.
like you're about to
Right,
say that
Beast
album's
Mode-
actually hard for the
Beast
like, that
Mode-
album's
Beast Mode,
actually
56 Nights, like that's
But
like
but
four
no,
right there.
I Never Liked You all the way to the top for me.
I Never Liked You.
That's
is great.
actually a very good one. I wouldn't put it like.
To me,
I
that's
don't
at
know,
the
I feel
top.
like-
Rod,
That's right
did
next
you
to
say
Dirty
56
Sprite too.
Nights?
56 Nights.
56 Nights. I mean,
Yeah.
somebody just recently, I don't know if it was Wayne or some like real big rapper said that was the best rap album ever or something.
That was
even though it's a
Nights?
mixtape.
You said 56 Nights? Was
Yeah.
one of those?
Yeah, someone said it
who
was.
said that? Was it Wayne?
Oh.
I don't think it was Wayne.
I don't know. Y'all think Wayne gonna help
know.
Drake from getting bullied and jumped?
This is
No.
the
Well,
thing. He doesn't. Drake needs nobody. He doesn't
he
need
doesn't.
anybody.
No,
doesn't.
and the thing is that now everything's coming out that apparently when Wayne was locked up in Rikers Island, that Drake fucked his girlfriend.
Yeah,
Whoa.
there's that rumor, which
For real?
is also the rumor of
That's a
why
rumor. It's
why
all
Future
gossip,
and
man. Who
Metro
knows?
are not fucking with Drake. Which
This is why. That's why Lil Wayne's a real nigga. Like you don't see. Wayne was just performing with him at his last show. Probably a few shows before that too.
Yeah,
is
so
that
obviously
real or is
like-
that business?
Obviously,
Yeah,
they're
you
cool, but like that did come up apparently. Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
no.
right here. Look, Lil Wayne names 56 Nights greatest hip hop mixtape of all time.
Put the bottle opener, cuz.
Oh, it's
I seen that bitch somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either way, we'll find
it's
it
right
at
here.
some point.
It's right here.
Oh, toss that. Ha. But
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, no, we'll get more into the Drake part of it, but I do want to obviously hit the thing that I did a separate video with Easy, shout out Easy on the channel, talking
Cole.
we got to, bro, cuz honestly, this is the craziest shit ever. Like regardless of how things seem, we can all collectively agree, whatever our opinions are, that we've never seen shit like this before. Like never.
Nah, because
And-
even like when the Drake and Meek beef was going on, it's like, first of all, there was very few people that was like, oh yeah, Meek is winning right now. Like there was no discussion really. Like it was just Drake came in and murdered him, and like that was it. And really, in recent years, other than
Fucking
like
bullied him.
then you have like Meg and Nicki, but like other than that, this is like the biggest rap beef in a long
That
time.
beef was terrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. That
I think
That
that
shit
beef's
was
not
trash.
done,
Okay,
by the way.
compared to
I
this,
honestly want
Bigfoot-
that beef to fucking stop. Like,
It
if
just
y'all
gotta
hoes
stop.
not about to slap each other, like, I'm
No.
not even trying to see y'all no more. Like,
No.
Meg dropping this weak ass 3-4
Hey,
lines
terrible.
and shit. Nikki, her shit
That's
was just
what's
put together
crazy.
so bad.
It's not
I'm
done
not gonna
yet.
lie. It sounded better on that other beat though. I don't know if
needs
y'all
to
heard
be
the other
done.
beat that she rapped on.
Oh,
this
yeah,
too.
yeah,
It sounded way better on that. I don't know why she didn't drop it with that. I don't know.
I don't.
Nikki also be doing that weird shit.
Nikki
with
just
her.
needs to
she's-
retire.
bro,
Yeah, that's
Like,
Roman.
Nikki-
Yeah,
Nikki-
Roman got to come out.
I
So
know.
I ain't mad at that.
No,
Everybody
I-
got their own little
But
shit.
I am, though.
Nikki's weird though, bro, because like you know that like Roman, the Roman thing is like after Roman Polanski or whatever, who's like a known like serial rapist or
Yeah,
something.
some pedophile
She's a
type of-
fucking. I don't know what is
I mean,
going on.
her
She's
man's-
like Nikki's like the crazy cat lady of rap music, dog. I swear to God, like she's just fucking.
Bro, she's weird as fuck.
She's so strange.
And then when she
man.
starts doing that voice like, "Duh, duh, duh," like I can't stand that shit.
That's what I'm
the
saying,
The
fucking
line on your
my,
damn,
my,
blah, like, bro, shut the fuck up.
It only
Yeah,
it
It's
only
garbage.
works. It only works a handful of times. But listen, we not gonna get there. We gotta talk about Cole, man.
Nikki.
We gotta and look. So let's back it up. I want to actually like walk this through like the events here. So like going off last podcast we recorded like 10. We finished 10 minutes before J. Cole went on. So Amer left because he's got a bedtime, and then me and Chris were chilling.
Shade.
And we were like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's watch the Dreamville Fest.
Yeah,
Cole's
I wanted
about
to go
be on.
home too. I stayed for the whole
Yeah.
performance. Yeah.
So he comes out to Crocodile Tears. I'm like, all right, that's your song. You're talking shit, Cole. Let's go. So then he does Mill Child, Wet Dreams, Tale of Two Cities, Get Off My Dick, Power Trip. Then Jeremiah comes out.
Yeah,
They
he
do
goes. He does
Planes
this.
and
He does
Uli.
this string of bringing people out.
Yeah, bringing people
for
out.
like 7 songs
Yeah.
of all these features that he's done.
He
over
brought
the
out
years.
Jeremiah. He brought out Black. He brought out Benny. He brought out Yachty. But then, halfway through his set, Under the Sun comes on. And this is when I literally looked at Chris and I'm like, that was weird.
Because you didn't say that, but you were like Kendrick on the hook, and I'm like, I didn't even think about that when it came on.
Yeah. So Kendrick's on the hook of Under the Sun. I woke up, got some money. So they played that shit. And Cole goes, get him, Dot. And I was just like, that's interesting. You're supposed to be beefing with this man right now, with like
I didn't
because
catch that.
we're all making predictions and we're all going.
Yeah,
we're
right,
all-
right before we're making predictions that like he has to play the diss track.
Yeah,
or whatever.
he's gonna
like,
play the diss track and then or the diss track and then preview, because we talked about it being a jab, which you, Birdie, like you're with me, right? Like it was like a jab. It wasn't nothing crazy. So I thought, okay, maybe he jabs him with that, and then at his festival when everybody's watching, then you punch him. You preview the diss record live in front of your crowd, Homeville. So like that's what I'm expecting. But when he said that, I was like, okay, that's interesting. So then his set keeps going on. Then he gets to after then he gets to after he brings out Lil Durk, does All My Life, Lil Durk does Back in Blood. all of that. He sits there and he's queuing up Love Yours. He starts with, hey, there's a song I wrote like 10 years ago that I just like, that's just like really important to me. And I'm like, okay. And then he goes, I just put out this project and I think it's very well. I'm excited for it. But there's one part of it I don't like. And as soon as he said that, I knew exactly where the rest of this was going.
You know where it's going, yeah.
And to me, I talked about it in depth, but you know, it's just it's crazy the way he did it. Because look, apologizing is already wild, but saying I stick my chin out, take your best shot. That's the wildest part of all of it to me. That's the part that don't make sense at all. Because if you really feel that way, Cole, then wouldn't it be smarter to just let Kendrick respond, take that on the chin like you say you're gonna do, and then be like, hey, look, this is going to a place I don't like. Like Kendrick's my man. Like I thought, like I wanted to stick it rap beef, but I don't want to get disrespectful. Like I feel like he handled it the worst way possible. And they were having sound issues the whole set.
Bro,
that mic was
terrible.
That mic was not fucking working.
Did you see any of the clips from the performance?
I seen the clips. I ain't watched the performance.
Yeah,
bro.
But dude, the sound was terrible. Every fucking feature artist who came on, their mics were not on.
Yachty's was terrible.
The mics were trash.
Yachty's was garbage.
But the
He brought out
mics
all
were
of
perfect
Dreamville
for Cole's apology. That was the issue.
He brought out-
if you don't cut that shit right now,
what
dog.
Mike
Dog brought out
started
all of
fucking up the
Dreamville,
show.
and nobody's mics worked out of
At
all
all.
of the whole clique. Like it was crazy.
No, when Yachty was performing Holster, it literally sounded like just the song
Yeah.
was just playing in the background.
Exactly.
No, that's how it was like the whole time. Me and Chris
Yeah,
was
and
in
then
there.
he also, you know,
That song got fired for sure.
Then he goes,
Oh, for sure.
Then he goes, make some noise if you think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a microphone or whatever.
And the crowd like was silent because they were like, "This is weird." Like, okay, well, he's saying it, so yeah, like, but like they weren't expecting that.
No.
And they're like, "Y'all love Kendrick," and they're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "As do I." And they're like, "Oh."
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like when you have a crowd that big, you can say anything and say, make some noise for fucking string cheese, and like
Yeah,
everyone's
bro.
gonna fucking go crazy. Like
how
you know,
many? Yeah.
How many of y'all fuck with various types of cheese?
But what you can't do is you can't debate it. Hey, put your phones in the air if you suck dick in the
Yeah,
pipe.
he's about the only failed.
Hey,
he had the most failed attempt at that ever, bro. You can say anything. You can say anything.
You a hoe for that.
He picked the worst thing
You're a hoe for
ever,
that.
dog. He picked the worst thing ever.
Bruh.
Of course, you're going to choose the
I think
artist
he
that I
had
like.
said something about like A's or something, and it's like, bro, like you can't even just single them out because not everybody catching A's on purpose, dog.
Yeah, that type of-
you
dog.
can't just motherfucking discriminate against a group of motherfuckers with STD just
It's so
because
crazy.
you don't want it. Like, come on, now, like that was crazy.
Oh, that shit.
That's a crazy statement. Like, damn, like,
Bro.
I
don't even have his back on. You
Yeah,
should have his
'cause
back.
I
I
know,
don't even got
like,
his back
I
on.
know
that
you're
one.
a DaBaby fan, but it's like, bro, you could have said anything else.
Bro.
Don't ask me, but I didn't say it.
I know, but it's just like
You
that
might
was
as
the one
well have.
example of saying something
Fuck you,
terrible.
Chris.
And then Cole just comes in and just goes, "I apologize, bro. I made it up. I made it up
Man,
without
Cole's was
disrespecting
worse.
his catalog."
Yeah, and that's
it's a debate.
That's you sure?
What?
Well, as
Cole
far as
versus the baby, which was the worst crowd?
Which one of the
show?
worst?
Cold, for sure.
Thank you.
I'd rather niggas
Yeah.
say you ain't got
That's all you gotta
AIDS,
say. That's all you gotta say. Cole.
It's cold, like.
Okay, but all right, Birdie, where you at? I'll kick it to you first. Where you at with just in general, the whole Cole apology, like your reaction to it, how you feel about it?
I think he don't know what he was doing when he was on that fucking stage.
Actually,
He
no.
don't understand.
Let me preface this.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
a Cole fan?
Yeah, I'm a Cole fan.
Okay, all right. I didn't know.
I
I know.
think all of
one
us.
percent.
I know you're a
affect
Drake
all
and you
of
fuck
them.
with
Yeah.
Kendrick, but I didn't know you
no,
fuck with
for
Cole
sure,
too.
for sure. Been fucking with Cole. I think Born Sinner is definitely one of the best albums, obviously, other than the 2014 Forest Hill Drive shit. But
I really
just
rocked
feel
it all
like
season.
I feel like Cole don't know what he was doing when he was up there, and
No.
That felt impromptu.
he don't understand that he has revoked him being in the conversation of being the GOAT. Like, it's just
Yeah.
over. Like,
Yeah, he has.
you-
He's-
Or at least the top three.
He took himself out
top
of that.
5. You
Yeah.
can't even make it a top 5 or
No.
something like that. I really want to say top 10. I'm just not gonna push it. J. Cole, good ass rapper.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we'll
Yeah.
give him that.
Exactly. Like at the end of the day, it comes down to rapping ability. But when it comes to this battle for the top, he literally
Backed out.
He pulled out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He took the troops home. Like that's it.
But you don't pull out.
Yeah, you never pull out.
Never pull out.
The fucking
You
never.
get in there and you bust in that motherfucker any type of way you got to. Whether you mean it or you don't mean it. So when you went in the motherfucking booth and you laid down the 7-minute drill shit, whether he believed it or he didn't believe it, stand on it. Because anybody that's a GOAT, when they go in there and they lie and they tell on the, oh, it was written, was due, this, that, and the third, even if they don't fucking mean it, you got to stand on it for at least, what?
So you're saying don't pull out. Stay in.
No pull out.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you end up with kids.
Even if he regretted it, he could have let it fucking simmer for a
That's
little.
what I'm
That's
saying,
my
bro,
thing.
for sure.
Yeah, that's my thing right there.
He
He
backed
didn't
out
give it time.
quick.
No.
He didn't give it time. That's why, because when I be seeing
2
like the
days.
little tweets that be like, Jay-Z apologized, Malcolm Moore apologized, this, that, and the third.
That was
Like,
after
Macklemore-
Takeover.
That
Ether
don't
Super
even
Ugly.
matter. Like, what the
Macklemore
fuck?
apologized to Kendrick for winning.
But
one
that's,
Grammy.
award.
but
That's some
that's
dick
what J.
sucking
Cole
shit.
did. He put himself in the class of Macklemore. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the
That's
thing is,
crazy.
like,
He should have won the heist.
if
I'm
J.
sorry.
Cole, like, if J. Cole developed throughout his career I like to call it the Hove aura.
Yeah.
If he had that aura to where like he kind of could like little bro the whole game, he probably could have said that apology and got away with it and still could have talked about he was the best. But us knowing Cole kind of like
Yeah,
he was
soft
the little
spoken,
brother.
you know what I'm saying?
I know
Yeah.
what you mean, because like, and the crazy
That's a
thing with
great
Jay-Z
point.
is like Jay-Z is like inherently like a nice guy, even to like other rappers and shit. But
Go.
he moves with that kind of like energy to him that like, no, I'm cool with you, but I'm better than you.
Yeah.
I was
Like,
like,
no
he's
matter
literally
what.
the
Right.
GOAT.
Where
He
Cole-
can say whatever he wants.
Yeah,
So-
where Cole's too like literal in the fact of like, nah,
And he was
we
trying,
good, man. You know,
he was trying to bring that aura just a little bit, you know, on the first person shooter. Like he was
Yeah.
trying to come with that. Like he was real light with it throughout his career. Like he'll say
Yeah.
like, check the birthday, nigga.
You ain't the guy.
yeah,
You ain't the guy. Like you know what I'm saying. Like he had his little moments, but like he wasn't never really like set on it. I feel like he never really stood on it.
he would
like,
say it, but
he wasn't firm with it.
He
Like,
would
you gotta
say
be firm
he would
when
say
you
that
some
shit,
like
but he
that.
didn't even believe
He
what he
didn't
was
believe
saying.
it, bro.
You know
He
what?
didn't believe it.
You know what I heard was a great comp is like the best way this would have worked out for him, knowing that this is how it is, knowing that this is how it went. The best way it would have worked out for him is like an Andre 3000 situation where nobody actually tested him, and then you could have just been like the what if, because he was talking that shit like he's number one for the last 3-4 years, and he was doing it at a level that like deserved to put himself in the conversation. And that's what disappointed is because he had the rap records like when he remixed Drake's song, and he's like, yeah, they threw the bronze at me behind Drake and Dot.
Yeah, he
And
talked the talk for all these years, and then when it came time to walk,
This was your
he kept us-
chance to put yourself not
I
third.
swear, he just kept asserting himself in third fucking place. Like, what the fuck?
And
Like,
you knew it was
I don't
never
care
gonna go there.
What motherfucking Twitter is saying, bro? Even if they saying you the top 3, bro, make yourself the best. Tell yourself you the best. Like, have some fucking balls, my nigga.
The
Like,
whole beef, this whole entire beef, it literally looks like Ja Rule and Eminem. Like, not even joking.
Like,
Come on,
oh, at least Ja Rule
I mean,
stood
come
on
on.
the L.
Yeah, but he took the L.
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
exactly, man,
Bro.
it's crazy.
But except J. Cole took the L a lot quicker. Like, so it's a little worse.
Bro, on your
Like-
home turf. That's the part I'm not
and-
not
yeah,
letting
and-
go.
it was in
NC.
North Carolina. It was at Dreamville
in
Festival. It was
North
a
Carolina,
festival.
bro.
What make this even more disrespectful is, nigga, you was just on stage with motherfucking Drake 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Why is you apologizing?
now he's
you
on red
just
leather.
you just got off of one of the best-selling tours of all time.
You got-
Like,
and
you know,
you
you
got-
know, they sold. They had.
They sold a lot.
I think it was 83 sold-out shows or something like that in a row.
You should've
That's
s-
fucking crazy.
No, you should have seen the one with 21 Savage.
Yeah, that one
Our
was crazy,
tickets,
too.
I bought the tickets for $100, right? A piece. And it was all the way at the top. Day of the show, they were $850
Yo, shit.
for all the way
Like,
at the top.
where you
Yeah,
was
that's
saying
Yeah,
what
that's
that-
crazy.
and guess
Oh,
what?
that's a
My
come up.
dumbass
I'm
didn't
taking
sell it.
that.
I might have-
As
I
a
might
quick
have.
as a quick side note, that's what my brother had said this to me. He's like, man, these Beyonce fans got to be struggling. They just had this fucking Renaissance shit last year where they paid fucking thousands of dollars for a ticket. Now she got another album. They got to do it all
Yeah,
over
there
again.
was a girl I was seeing at the time that was
Bro.
a big
She's
Beyonce
driving her
fan.
fans bankrupt.
Bro.
You know how pissed I was that I didn't
Her
sell
ass
those
can't afford
tickets?
this next tour.
I swear.
Bro, but I've never seen Drake live, so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't either. I'd love to. I've seen Kendrick. The crazy thing is,
We had the show, yeah.
we went to the Damn tour, which was at
Damn.
the Palace back when the Palace is still open.
It was
And
literally
he
months before it shut down.
brought Cole out at that show. It was crazy.
Oh,
only
yeah,
time
yeah,
those
It's
two
the
were on
only
stage
time
together.
they've ever been on stage together was in Detroit for some fucking, well, in Auburn Hills for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
And the craziest part is, I swear to God on everything, we were literally the first or second row right above general admission.
Oh, shit.
So like we were like 60 like feet from like the stage, and the funniest shit is I'm recording the video, like I'm just like recording, like snapping during the concert, whatever, and I see Cole's dreads rise up before, so I'm like, Cole, like it was crazy that motherfucker, like, bro, it was like I recognized it was J. Cole 3 seconds before he was up there because them dreads are so damn big.
And that's what make the apology 10 times more disrespectful. This nigga Kendrick brought you out the one show. Drake takes you on the whole fucking tour, and then not even a week later, you are apologizing to the man that dissed both of you motherfuckers?
When again, you knew it wasn't gonna go there. Like again, not to be the white guy here, like, and be like, it was never gonna get violent, but it wasn't between Cole.
No.
That's
like,
even worse.
No, well, yeah,
That's what I'm
'cause
saying. That's what makes it worse.
They're
Is
in
like
they're in the
all
spotlight.
this was Cole.
When you know that there's no risk involved as far as your safety or your life, then what's the fucking because Boosie came out and was like, I've seen people die over this shit. Nobody, nobody's dying over this.
These weren't. And one thing I wanted to say too, because I wanted like. So I've listened to a lot of podcasts, people that got like inside intel. So there's a few things that also like changed this shit crazy for me. So like the one thing that was like multiple people have said is that when Kendrick dropped the Like That verse, him and J. Cole got on the phone.
I was just about to say that.
People have said that.
Bro, that makes this look 10 times worse, because you can imagine that phone call goes one of two ways. It goes either fuck you, it's war, or it goes, hey, bro, we just talking shit.
It couldn't have been that. It couldn't have been.
I was just gonna say there's no way. There's no fucking way.
But if it is, even if it is, that's what I'm saying. Either way, it looks bad, right? Because if it is fuck you, then why you bowing out? But if it's just war, if it's just fun, if it's just sparring,
it looks better that way.
Then yeah. But either way, then why'd you back out again? Right. Because if you know it's that, like, either way, that shit looks. That shit looks bad for Cole.
And that's just it. Like but that's what I feel like gets lost in all of this shit. Because I mean, the Drake and Kendrick thing has been going on for years. Like, you know what I mean? That people have been talking about this, and it's like, you don't think that there have been times that they have talked about any of this? Like, of course there is. Like, that it's just, it'd be silly to think that there isn't. Like, everyone, of course they're going to fucking talk about this shit at some point throughout. They're going to run into each other. Because their names are always fucking put right next to each other.
I was going to say, did you honestly
you think
expect
McDonald's
Cole not to
doesn't talk
shout
to
out
Burger
Kendrick
King?
during
Like,
that?
of course McDonald's and Burger King
You didn't expect that at all.
No.
You didn't accept him. Bro,
hey,
the way Cole is,
I know it.
I saw it coming. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, but we have a podcast. You would have put that shit on wax. What you said is that
I get that. But
I didn't. Hold up.
But I didn't want to say
he was going to tuck his tail on his home floor and apologize.
Can I talk?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that.
All right. I didn't hear a single word you just said. But anyway.
Go ahead.
Damn, I'm trying to talk.
Go ahead.
Damn, what was I gonna say now?
What
the fuck?
Some cap.
I didn't want to. No, I didn't want to say it because if it wasn't gonna happen, obviously I would look stupid. And then it happened.
And now we all look stupid because we all thought Cole was gonna fight, and that motherfucker laid down his sword. Like, it's just.
Listen, if it was anybody, I expected it to be
Cole. Fuck you.
I expected
Simple as
it
that.
to be
Fuck
Cole.
you.
If anybody was to do that ever, it would have been.
It does make sense in hindsight, though, right? Like it really does when you look at Cole.
He's soft, bro. I honestly saw it coming.
Cole, no, you are okay. I don't want to even say soft because I don't want to disrespect. Like, I honestly think like J. Cole is like a great human being.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's not what this rap beef is.
That's exactly the problem.
And that's
he's
why
not gonna do
it's over. Like, you just can never be a top 5. Cause
don't ever
what are you
tell
about
me
to rap about? Because if you a top 5 artist, you have to rap about how great you fucking is. Like,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
You can't even do that.
Sideline story, and the fall off. Bro, you be naming your albums too on the nose, bro. Relax. You gotta rework a lot of shit.
With artists like them, where like, I mean, Kendrick did a good job of it on this last album, but when you get to a level that they're at, it's really hard because, all right, like, think about as they're coming up, they're rapping about the things they struggle with throughout just being broke, trying to make it, But once you made it, that's when this shit comes of like, now they need new shit to talk about. You know what I mean? And so that's where, like, okay, this makes sense that it kind of comes into it, because so that goes to your point where it's like, this is something where, like, now what are we going to talk about kind of thing. Like,
bro, that's what I'm saying.
I know Cole has shit to talk about, but overall, like,
but he's been rapping that he's the best for 4 years, and you got to imagine that same energy was going to be on the fall off, right?
Not only thing,
now you got to rewrite that shit. Like, I'm sorry.
He can rap about is how he be lying in the bitches so he can fuck them. Now that's the only thing he can talk about.
Yeah, exactly. That's just it. You got to grasp at straws of like certain shit, or just talk about all the shit you have. Which I love Drake, but Drake does that a lot of just like it's a lot of watch face this that da da da. You know what I mean? So it's like which
mafioso ties. All that shit.
Yeah, exactly. He raps like Tony Soprano, but like and there's nothing wrong with that. But like that's just it. It's like when you get to that level, your life doesn't become a struggle anymore. So like the shit that you do rap about, you have to find what it is. And this was like the perfect opportunity for Cole to finally slap his dick on the table and be like,
exactly.
This me talking about I'm the best. No, I am. Like, it
was just a perfect opportunity for him to be like, to have the conversation where, because if you beat Kendrick or Drake, like, then all of a sudden you open up these conversations like we'll get to later when we talk Kendrick versus Drake, right? There's the two, there's each side has a side, but at the end of the day, if we declare a victor versus Drake or Kendrick, that definitely helps whoever won their argument between the two. Right. Whoever wins. So this was Cole's opportunity to where if he beat Kendrick, then all of a sudden, like Cole could be like, hey, maybe I'm not 1, but I'm not 3. Or there's a debate for who's 3. Like this opened that door for him. And you brought up the good point too about the Jay-Z like apologizing. It's like that was after Super Ugly. Like, you didn't get ugly.
Right. And
you didn't get disrespectful.
Quote unquote, his mom made him do it. Yeah. So it wasn't even like he wanted to do it. So if that is the real reason, then it's like
either way though, the point is you put out a diss record where you talked about fucking your baby your op's baby mama. Like J. Cole didn't do that. J. Cole said, you were in your prime, but now I'm in mine. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean that. You were great. You're a great artist, bro. Like, what? Bro, like, he didn't even really go at Kendrick like that.
This shit is fucking pathetic.
All I know is that Drake is taking too damn long to respond.
Drake
needs to drop something now.
We'll get to that part. But
ain't no Drake take your time. He dropped back to back quick as fuck.
If Drake ever hear this, bro, he gonna hire me. I swear to God. What I got cooked up, I'm telling you.
Listen. So what we're gonna get into that part. We're gonna get into that part right now because obviously now Cole steps out the way. Now Drake versus Kendrick. Everybody's saying it's happening. I do want to say before coming into the battle though, like this was such a crazy whatever side of the fence you're on. This was such a home run for Kendrick. Now this made Kendrick look invincible. All of a sudden, the rapper that was talking the most shit for 4 years just immediately bowed down to you, and got out the way. Like that's gonna favor Kendrick. But now we got the beef we want.
I know Drake has to bite back, and I know he will. He will very well too.
He will.
But honestly, Kendrick does have a good case right now with all the people who have apologized to him for no reason.
Dog.
Like, it's so
this
fucking
motherfucker collecting apologies like Infinity Stones. This shit is nuts.
Dog, Jay Electronica apologized for dissing Kendrick.
From what I heard on the Joe Budden podcast, apparently the diss track is deadly, like nuclear. And apparently Joe Budden said that he heard that from
Both sides.
Both sides. Apparently Kendrick has one ready too. But from what I'm hearing is that the rappers who can actually rap, as Joe Budden quoted, saying that this track is like insane.
See, I'm interested because like this last Kendrick album, like, all right, we've all seen 8 Mile at some point, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know how like that last freestyle, he just talks all the shit that could possibly be talked about himself, and then he's like, tell them something they don't know about me. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like this last Kendrick album, like he kind of reflected on, at least from what we know, all of his flaws. So it's like, I'm interested to see if it is nuclear like that, what Drake has the intel on Kendrick that we don't know already, because Kendrick has already been pretty open about his...
You know why that's not going to work?
It's true.
Huh.
You know why that's not going to work? Because Drake has he got a massive fan base, right? Mm-hmm. It's a good handful of Drake's fan base that don't give a fuck about Kendrick, right?
Right.
A lot
So
of them, yeah.
whatever Drake say, it might just actually be new to him, even if Kendrick just said it prior.
Yeah, I guess
and
that's
it
true.
still
yeah.
can hit different. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair because you have to keep in mind is like the
That's
power
actually
in
a good
numbers.
point.
The power in numbers drives this whole fucking
That's what I'm saying.
thing.
Twitter's going to decide this. Like, look, we'll sit here and we'll
You
all,
can say
we
every
all,
platform. It's
we
Twitter.
we all love rap. You know what I mean? And we'd like to think that like the culture's gonna decide the winner. But like in reality, bro, it's gonna be the memes. It's gonna be the bullshit. It's gonna be the narratives. That's what's gonna end up deciding.
I was gonna say,
who
even
wins.
if there is like stuff that we already know about Kendrick, it's all gonna depend on how Drake says it,
Yeah,
how he
and
approaches
how he
it.
presents
Which
it.
that I
Yeah,
have no
yeah,
doubt in. Drake's ability to like say disrespectful or tough talk is like top tier. Drake's Canadian. I'm Canadian, and I know Canadians aren't built like that. But even as a Canadian, I'm looking at him like, you are kind of sounding tough.
But Drake,
Like-
Drake does kind of
Like,
give.
he's good at that.
He's similar in the way of like giving soft blows. Like he does kind of. He like references something, but doesn't fully.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna drop bars that we already know about Kendrick. 100%. That's gonna be on the
But
diss
it's
track.
about how everyone.
But it's how
perceives it.
you're gonna
Yeah.
be approaching with them.
Yeah.
If you could say it in 2 seconds, you could have 10 bars about it and explain. You know what I mean? Like explaining.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
So
Here's the one thing I want Drake to do that I think is most important, because like if we're attacking, like, Drake has angles. Like, to me, if you wanna go like the angles Drake has to win this battle is he could talk about the Club Paradise tour and how he brought Kendrick in. Kendrick was gonna be Kendrick because of Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine push, but at the same time, you can't deny that Drake helped. You can't deny that Drake helped Kendrick, especially early on in his career. So he can have the lil bro, like you were talking about,
That whole
type of thing. You can have the fact that like Baby Keem was supposed to be on What's Next and he wasn't. I think that was some politics, whether it was on Kendrick's or Drake's side, being like,
Damn, Keem would have snapped on that. too.
listen, yeah, he would have snapped on it. But how funny would it have looked if Keem's first, like, because Orange Soda was a hit, but it wasn't like a Billboard hit. Obviously, with Drake, that would have been a
What's
hit.
be-
hit.
to be on
was
What's
a
Next?
Billboard hit.
Yeah.
Bro,
So imagine your
that
your first hit coming from your cousin's op.
And
like,
I was
that
about to
would've-
say, I think Baby
would've looked crazy.
King, Drake was like one of the first big
People
mainstream
that
rappers
really
to post
fuck
Baby
with him.
King.
Yeah.
Like one of his
Yeah.
songs. Like that's how I found out about
Yeah,
Baby King
same.
was the what was that song called? The
probably
Baby
an older
King
one.
just humbled and model, not a fake one, a real one.
that's
Don't stunt.
that's stats.
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 That's
Yeah.
the song I heard.
That's off.
That's
the
the song.
That's
I
off
heard
the
on
Orange
Drake.
Soda
Lo-
album.
Lo-
Drake
Love
was
My
rapping out
Bitch,
his
yeah.
story. That's how I
Or
found
Die
out
for My
about
Die
Baby
for My
King.
Bitch.
That's my bitch. Yeah,
Which are,
bro.
You got- can
That
you pass
project
me a
was
bottle of
clean
that,
as
please?
fuck.
another one that Drake has over Kendrick, another angle is like, think about like all the West Coast artists that Drake worked with. Like he worked with Draco, he worked with like Kendrick. Like we always talk about, oh, he's the artist, he goes away, he creates his own shit.
Wait, when did Drake work with Draco?
He had 2 songs with Draco.
Did he? Maybe I
No.
missed that. I don't
Didn't
think
he?
he did.
Soldier Boy.
No,
Not
Draco,
Draco
no,
the Ruler.
no,
You
no,
don't
no,
know.
no,
I was like, wait, what?
no,
I was like, no, you can't be serious.
Drake, yeah, okay.
Draco the Ruler, yeah. I didn't know that he had music with him.
So-
I can't
I
remember.
I
that
just
off
know.
the
I
top.
know he
was
has one
shouting
song.
him out
I don't
a
know
lot
about
for
two.
sure.
I thought it was 2.
I think
Maybe
it was
it's just
one.
one. But either way, like, so Drake can talk about, because look at Kendrick, like how many Kendrick's collaborated with West Coast artists, but like if you look at it, like who are the West Coast artists that like Kendrick like put on? Like not really. So
There's
like
not many.
again, Drake can talk of like, oh, like you're Kendrick, but at the same time, I'm putting more people on in your city. So like Drake has a lot of smart angles that he can play, and I'm sure he's thought about it.
That's true.
Obviously, the numbers talk. He can always talk that.
Listen.
But
This is what Drake gotta do.
oh yeah,
Pass me the bottle opener,
This is what
bud.
Drake gotta do.
Yeah.
All right, Drake, if you ever see this and you listen to this, I'm telling you, this is how. For one, because he's not going just against Kendrick. You're going against a whole alliance of motherfuckers.
that's another part I want to get to. Go ahead, Cook.
Have to drop. You could take your time with this if you do this too. You gotta drop a diss EP. It has to be a diss EP. The whole.
I agree.
In the diss EP,
Scary
you
Hours.
dedicate one song to everybody that picked motherfucking sides. I don't give a fuck if they was on the album. I don't care if they unfollowed you on Instagram. Whoever picks sides, you make a diss track dedicated towards them. It ain't even gotta be a long motherfucking
So, like
diss track.
Metro,
like for
J.
somebody
Cole.
like Nav, maybe take out a good 90 seconds, get him out the way. Fuck it. But you gotta put J. Cole in there. Don't diss J. Cole though. You gotta name a song. I apologize. You have to say how you're sorry about how you had such high expectations for this motherfucker and he let you down. So it's not necessarily a diss. It's a little jab.
It's a son. It's a son.
It's a little son. Last song you gotta have to dedicate to Metro Boomin, okay?
No, Future.
You find Metro Boomin. I'm about to tell you why. You have to find the hardest beat you can find in the fucking tuck. You spaz on that bitch for about a good 90 seconds to 2 minutes. You let the beat ride out for 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes. This is the last part of the album. Let the beat fucking ride out. It gotta be the hardest beat you can find, and let that nigga know that he is not the fucking best.
Because
hey,
that actually
one of the hardest things Drake ever did was that I'll leave this loop at the end to let y'all get your eyes off.
Yeah,
that was hard.
Why did I low key fuck
it's like
with
the
that?
same
Yeah.
idea. I don't even have to say nothing.
Listen, every fucking song, you find a sample of these niggas, how they gave you credit, how the Weeknd was on stage talking about you his motherfucking mentor, how he love you, how you showed him so much love, how Kendrick said that you was one of the first niggas to show him love. You gotta put these samples in the beginning of each track so we know who this song is dedicated to and what you about to talk about. And I'm telling you, it don't even matter if you miss 2 songs on that motherfucking EP, it's a hit.
No, I agree with that.
He wins automatically.
That's
so true though.
I'm telling you, there's no way he can lose.
Yeah,
as long as he got 4 to 5 good songs.
The thing is,
there's no way he can lose.
Think about the way war works. The enemy is already attacked, so now, and yet you're safe. You don't got to worry about another attack. You just got to worry about how you're going to respond to the attack at this point.
Yeah.
So he's got nothing but strategy to play. My boy's playing Risk right now. Like, it's crazy.
Which I want to say that's all excellent, and I agree. I agree. I want him to operate that route, but like you got to look at the history, like what he did with Duppy. Like with Duppy, like he did push, but it was mainly at like.
And the shit was a jab.
Like I think he's gonna. I don't want him to use the industry is against me as a crutch to avoid the Kendrick. Like I'm all for it. Listen, everybody that went against Drake, take your shots. But keep that separate Kendrick, like separate Kendrick because
they all get their own little plethora of.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't
song.
I don't think it needs to be 4 or 5. I think it could be 2. I think it could be everybody else and then Kendrick because
if it ain't got to be every single body, it got to be the main niggas.
Yeah,
you gotta have one for Metro. You gotta have one for Future. You gotta have one for Kendrick.
I think the Metro and Future can be the same.
You gotta talk to J. Cole. You gotta talk to him.
And the Weeknd.
And the Weeknd.
And the Weeknd,
I think
for sure.
the Metro, Future, Rick Ross, like I think that can all be one record.
I think Nav and Rick Ross could be one record.
Nav, he's not mentioning Nav, bro. Nav don't mean nothing.
I'm saying all they did was unfollow. I don't know if Rick Ross had even lines dissing Drake, but
here's the interesting thing.
No, he just played the like that a million times. Or
is
some
that
shit.
Which is crazy.
Fucking hold up, I'm losing
it's
my train
already
of thought.
over for Rick Ross. This fucking X at Drake shows and shit, like,
bro,
it's not a good look.
No, bro, no. That's why I'm saying like.
Which
that's
they
what
had
I'm
the best
Birdie,
hits together, bro.
Who?
Drake and Ross, bro. Lemon Pepper.
I think
I'm not
Money
even
in
a
the
fan
Grave.
of Rick Ross, but I like the Drake.
No,
the
their
Drake songs
collabs,
with
their
Rick
No,
collabs
the
are
fact that
fire.
you
But
said that.
listen, I'm not worried. That relationship's gonna
in
fix
general,
itself.
no. I like
itself.
Rick
You
Ross's
never know.
hits, but his albums are not good.
What?
Rick Ross? No,
I
he
wouldn't
makes
say
great
that.
He
albums.
makes
Nah,
amazing
you're crazy.
I
albums.
wouldn't say that.
I disagree, but that's fine.
No, he makes great albums. Name a bad album.
I think he.
Name
I
a
think he
bad
makes
album.
like I think he's like one of the only artists that doesn't have a bad album.
To be honest, Rick Ross could be considered a top 15 lyricist.
Okay,
I'm not-
thank you.
I'm not a
I
fan of
wouldn't
him
be mad if
personally.
nobody said that.
That's a personal thing, though. Like, I'm not like, he's somebody like I don't like blame anybody for liking him or I won't talk shit or whatever, but I'm just not a fan of him personally.
Right.
Like,
I
yeah.
feel it.
You like
Rick Ross-
Tyler.
Rick Ross
Yeah,
got
I know.
one of the
He was far
hardest
better than
disses
Rick
of
Ross.
all
But-
time.
Get the
okay,
fuck
Okay,
out of here.
but while we're on this subject here of like Drake obviously
That's
has
crazy.
You want to bring it up every time?
That's crazy,
yeah, he's
bro.
a far better artist than Rick
Nah,
Ross is.
hell no.
Tyler the Creator. Fuck
Better than
yeah.
Rick Ross.
As an artist,
Bro,
yeah.
come on.
Let's
No.
be going back on
Yeah,
subject,
can we?
bro.
No,
As a
bro, stop.
I'm not saying
Stop.
as a rapper, but as an artist, yeah,
No.
Tyler makes way
Hell
better
no.
albums than
But
Rick Ross.
I
makes,
don't
in
even
my
want to do that
But
because
Tyler does his beat. Like, listen, I'm not gonna
Can we-
get into
Yeah,
all
Let's
we
that.
No,
don't get
Amer
too much
likes
in
to
that.
bring it up
That's
every
just an
time.
unfair comparison, though. That's an unfair
Yeah, and you
comparison.
like the baby, so shut the man. Don't, calm it down, dog. All right,
I'd rather listen to the baby than Tyler the Creator.
And
That's
I'd
all I'm
rather
gonna
listen
say.
to
I'm not
Put
gonna
your-
lie.
put your
I
phone-
used
put
to
your
fuck
phone in the
with
sky
Tyler
if you don't
Creator
got
heavy.
AIDS.
I used to fuck with Tyler the Creator heavy, but I feel like he just sold out after he just
Why you
started
ain't
doing
put
all that
your phone up?
bisexual shit.
Because it's
bro.
right here.
Like, bro, I feel like you saw your whole fucking career. Well, your career came up off you talking about I don't want to say the word, but
Yeah. No, you
maggots.
you can say-
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
like
yeah.
that was like your whole thing. Like, it's just your style, and then you get on. And just,
Well,
I
you
don't
know,
bro.
hey, but you know that's the pipeline a lot of the time. Honestly, it's like when they
Hey,
call that
self-hate.
shit. Yeah,
Self-hate.
But
Bro, that shit cap. I think he bisexual for the cheese. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I think, bro.
I'm right there with
I still ain't called him out with no nigga yet. Have y'all?
Hey,
No.
do you
We
see the
probably
thing?
won't.
I heard you only date
as a
white
quick
boys
side
though, so
note,
that's a little up
You
y'all.
seen that
alley.
shit? The Jared Carmichael, whatever. Basically, this dude like expressed like that he's like in love with Tyler, and Tyler was like,
the fuck?
"Yeah, so is this food coming or what?" Like,
Yeah, I think I seen
Yeah,
that
bro.
too.
If you're about it, be about it. I don't know.
That's
No,
what I'm saying, bro.
no. The thing is, I'm a big Tyler the Creator fan, and Amer likes to bring it up every time.
At least when
Which
Lil
is
Nas X
crazy.
said he was gay, we called
What,
this
that I'm a
nigga
fan- that I'm a
dry
fan of
humping
something
niggas
you're
in
not?
videos and shit. Like
I
it made
can't
sense after
see
a
it,
minute.
bro.
Like,
I
okay,
don't
if you
know
willing to
business.
do that, you might be gay for
The
real.
thing
Like,
about Tyler Creator is I don't
Okay.
see the hype, bro. There's too much hype around him. I
All
don't
right,
understand.
We're not having
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Tyler
we-
Creator.
we- we-
We're not going to have that.
well, that's for another day.
I wanna-
Me
I
and him
want-
have to have a day where we just talk about
Talk
Tyler
about-
Creator.
That's what
I've been
we
telling
talked about that
I've been
already.
telling
We
y'all
need
to
to-
record that side content
Who
video.
You know
for
what?
some
Maybe
weeks
we
now.
should. Maybe we
Who
should do it right
Jack
after
is?
this.
No,
I don't want to
That's
sit
fine,
on
that's
it
fine.
because I'm
You
sitting
good,
on
you
it.
good. Maybe we should do it right after this episode.
If you don't got to go
No,
to bed,
'cause
you can do that.
Fuck
But-
I want to get you. I want to curate you a playlist of why I love Tyler.
Please
and
don't.
To show. No, that's funny because your energy was totally different a week ago at
I
the
know,
bar
I
when
know.
you said
No.
that's a great idea.
No, that's fine.
Exactly.
I'll listen to it. I'll listen
He
to
brought
it.
me Earl sweatshirt.
Bro's-
I'm not gonna
bro-
lie. I love
bro's
Earl
got-
You see
sweatshirt.
Earl cut his dreads too?
Yeah, I did see that
It's
the other
crazy.
day.
He
That's
looks
bro's
like-
got,
he looks
he's
like
got his arms
punk right
folded.
now,
He's
bro.
ready
Yeah,
for
you
bed.
look silly.
Listen,
Bedtime. No, I'm
I
ready
want
for
to.
work.
I want to say. I want to stick on the point of Drake versus. So I do want to, because I think that's a big thing. Because obviously he's got a lot of people that he'd be valid at shooting at right now. Right. Again, we named him Future Metro Ross. All those people. Like, what are you expecting from that diss record? Are you disappointed? Are you disappointed if he kind of barely goes at Kendrick in this response?
Oh, I'll be pissed.
Everybody,
Pissed.
even as a Drake fan, I'll be
No,
disappointed.
disappointed
Like,
as
bro,
fuck.
you know, because you know what everybody gonna say.
Yeah.
you
They're
know
gonna
what
say,
everybody
"Where's
gonna
that?"
say.
Nobody else matters. Like for
Yeah.
real. Like you could diss Future Metro. Like, and they're stars. I'm not trying to disrespect them, but this is everybody wants the main card.
This
They
is
wanna
the
see-
main. This is the main
everybody wants
event.
to see a pen versus pen. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
Future ain't gonna bring you no pen.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Metro only gonna tweet.
So
You know what I'm
if
saying?
he takes just a couple jabs he does like a 3.5
Granted, if he
minute
do
record.
take a
Depends
couple
how good the
at-
jabs are.
at Kendrick. If you really think about it, Kendrick only took like one or two
so
jabs
that's-
at him, and
so that's fair. That's where I'm at with
It's
this. Like,
fair, but depends how good the jabs are.
Wait,
Yeah.
are you talking about with Drake or with
Yeah, with
Drake
Drake.
and Kendrick, yeah.
No, no, that's the thing though. No, I feel like the whole verse is more directed at Drake than J. Cole.
yeah, no,
It is,
It is.
100%.
It
But
is.
still, it was
all
a
the
couple
dogs getting
lines, though.
buried as a K with all these nines.
Which
like,
also
That's
is
what I said.
it's crazy that Kendrick allegedly gave them the nicest verse. Like allegedly he
yeah,
wrote
that's what they
multiple
said.
versions.
I know, but that also
I'm-
could just be Kendrick fans
Well,
being
I can
Kendrick
see that,
fans.
too.
No,
Of
but
course.
I
You
believe
really-
that because Kendrick writes like a lot of different versions of like the same songs.
Yeah, no.
I'm about to say
kidding.
because if you listen
Like think
to
about
this,
Element.
like
How many times did he diss Big Sean? How many beats did he diss Big Sean over?
Yeah, he said, "No,
Which
I
is
can't say that. I can't say
crazy.
that."
Yeah.
what was I about to say? And like, if you listen to his diss, I know that whatever he got in the tuck is something crazy. Because if you listen to the like that diss, he don't even get personal. He just
Yeah.
like
He just says
send
talking
send
shit.
little punchline
Yeah.
jab type thing.
Yeah.
But like, he don't get personal. Like, he don't really say nothing.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Like, nothing
So what do you
crazy.
guys think? What do you guys think is honestly is the? So we talked about Drake's angles, his advantages. Again, the attacking the narrative of Kendrick. Like if you can paint him as not a great person, then like you win because Kendrick's a media darling. if you can if you can push T Kendrick, like that's a win. Like if you could just expose some dirt on him, if you can talk about like his lack of putting people on, the fact that you put him on, like he's got angles.
He doesn't drop very
what
often.
are the angles you guys
his
think Kendrick
discography?
has?
No, I was playing.
Yeah, no,
that was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy that Cole did that. But what are the angles Kendrick has?
That's the thing. I feel like Cole's such a nice guy that he's like, oh, what can I talk about? Oh, his albums. Like, he just had to come up with something to say. Like, you know what I mean?
He literally said in the apology he made that shit up. And he was like, I have to downplay this boy's catalog and his greatness. That
I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's easy to get an angle on Drake because Drake is so out in the open, out in front, and Kendrick just. They talking about this nigga walking around fucking USA without a phone and shit, so we don't even see this nigga half the time. Like, we don't even know what be going on in his life.
Under, like, PG Lang, they dropped that, like, it's basically like a dumb phone that, like, doesn't have internet and shit. Have you heard about that?
No.
I'll show you I'll pull it up right now. Since we got the team.
No, you got a lot of angles you can hit on Drake. You could talk about how he goes #1 all the time, how his numbers are the best. You got a lot of stuff.
The PG Lang light phone. Look at this.
All right, bro, pull it out your mouth. Come on, we're trying to buy it right now.
They got this. This bitch 300 bones. It got phone, alarm, language, music, and notes. That's it.
Wait, that's an actual phone?
Yeah, it's sold on Kendrick Lamar's website. You can buy it for 300 bones.
So what is it supposed to do?
That phone matches Kendrick Lamar's whole personality.
It does. I swear to God,
that's just Kendrick. Like,
that looks like the iPhone 4, bro. Like,
that's the K phone.
Bro,
like,
just
that's
grabbed
the K
a bunch
phone.
of iPhone 4s and was like, I got an idea.
it's the K.1.
This phone is just sitting there saying,
K.1.
bitch, I'm attractive. You feel? Like,
Bro.
that's funny as hell.
But no.
Where's the headphone jack?
Birdie, what?
I don't know on the bottom. So.
Okay, so you're talking about like Drake's like image. I think I'm with you because like I think if you can I think what worked for Pusha T obviously was like putting Drake in like a image that's bad, like being a deadbeat father, all that shit. Like obviously Drake probably doesn't have a second child he's hiding, but like
Right.
like you think that's Kendrick's best angle is kind of like attacking his character or more so. Because, like, you could get into, too, like, all the artists he signs that never go anywhere. They just kind of become
I think Pusha's already done enough.
He did just get exposed about 2 months ago for jacking his dick. You know what I'm saying? All on, you know what I'm saying?
Drake?
That's another angle.
Yeah, there's that.
You feel me? Paul, no Diddy on that
Yeah,
when you
bro.
get at that topic.
Did he do it?
But he can say that, though, because, like, that was, like...
He can, but
That
that
was
would
like-
have to be a
was like
pause
moment.
moment.
No Diddy is gonna be a term for a long time.
Dog.
now.
I don't think
Bro,
I'd go on a
motherfuckers
diss
are
track.
calling him the diddler. That shit.
The
had me
did-
dead.
the did
What else?
work.
What else could he do? He could.
I don't think he's gonna go
He
on a
could.
diss.
He
though.
could take the angle about like how Drake always like in the mix with some kids, like Bobby, motherfucking
Millie Bobby Brown, yeah.
he always on Ada Ross stream. He was on Cos and that stream when he dropped for all the dogs and shit. Like,
Yeah.
he kind of said like you childish, bro.
Yeah, he
like,
a
you
little
take,
too
like,
close to the
childish.
children,
Yeah.
bro. This man says
Which
he's
is
Michael
that's a
Jackson.
fair-
Hey,
that's
bro.
a fair-
Hey, bro.
It's a fair point. Yeah. If we're talking Prince and Mike Jack, I mean, who was
Yeah.
the one who built the theme park in his backyard? That's
That
what
was
I'm
such-
saying.
That was such a fucking horrible
You could say
line,
that, but at
dog.
the same time, like these are like big streamers. You know what I mean? Like these people get
This
numbers.
is big streamers,
Yeah, but-
No, it's-
bro,
it
like,
is-
when
it
you
is business.
35,
It's all
Drake's
business.
37.
He's almost 40. Like,
Yeah,
you
like,
know
you
what I
need to-
mean?
But
Shit.
It's
it
different.
ain't a little
Like-
weird like how well he relates to kids. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
And
get
it's-
it.
no,
No,
get it.
I mean, honestly,
But
I
it's
do get it
business,
because
though.
it's for him
I
to
was
stay
gonna say it's
relevant.
business.
I
But
get
even-
that.
even
But I'm
like-
just saying, if I'm Kendrick Lamar, I'm taking that angle.
Yeah,
like,
because
because
yeah.
it's there.
For sure,
I'm taking
yeah,
any
yeah,
angle I
it's-
can.
it's a
I'm
target.
taking that
And,
Bobby
like,
Millie Brown angle
Yeah,
all day.
Millie Bobby Brown, he was like, "Oh, I'm just trying to protect." Man, okay, like I just
Yeah,
that-
Drake be killing
that's
you
a
with
little
some
odd.
shit.
Like,
Like, bro,
she
you gotta
you don't gotta protect her.
chill.
Like, you know,
I don't think she can get
she's-
security for that.
my brother in Christ, she is 14. You don't got.
I
It's
think-
not up to you. It's up
So
to
you
the
got
parents.
security?
I think another thing too, and I don't know how he does this, but I just have this in my notes, is if Kendrick can keep it because of what you talked about, his Drake's big fan base. If he can find a way, and I don't know how, to keep it hip hop. If you can kind of suppress that outside pop amazing like broad fan base that Drake has and keep it in the lens, I think that can work very, very well to Kendrick's advantage.
The thing is, though, I think
But I don't know how you do it.
I think Kendrick got a fan base that can match Drake fan base, on a rap level.
I think it's
the
smaller,
hip-hop
but
level, that's what I'm saying. That's, if you
I
keep
think
it
Drake got a good amount of fans that probably really only fuck with his pop shit, or only listen to his pop, especially across overseas and shit. I'm sure they probably more focused on pop.
Kendrick and Drake have two of the most insufferable fan bases of all time.
Yeah, bro.
But the difference is that like Kendrick's is smaller but stronger, and Drake's is way bigger. But
when I went back
they're
home,
not.
It was all the rap records. Believe it or not.
What?
For real? Out there?
Oh, yeah.
Overseas?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think the most popular one that they had over, obviously the motto.
I mean, a bop is a bop regardless.
Yeah,
I just figure like the overseas countries,
that is where Drake has it. Is that
obviously they still listen to like
crazy.
One Dance, Controller, and all that.
So you're saying honestly, never mind, still ain't getting played overseas
Dog,
because
that's
what he told us it was played.
Man,
for.
that's what everybody was saying. They're like, if you don't like this album, you must not have a passport. No, I just don't like the fucking album.
No,
I'm not saying I do or don't like the album, but that's just crazy.
It's really funny
because just can't like the album. Why is it always some derogatory statement that got to be made when you oppose something?
Bro, no, trust me.
When we were in Mexico, the funny thing is we heard the same song. We heard Sean Paul for a week straight, and then finally someone started playing other music, and it was just all Drake, and that was the only other thing they played. That was it.
Bro, no, they did play the Chief Keef record.
They did play Chief Keef at one point. Yeah,
bro,
fire.
we got turned the fuck up when air them fucking potches, bro. I'm never trying to hear that shit again.
Dog.
But,
okay, all right, we got to wrap this up pretty soon. I want to leave you guys on a note. Can I do that? Okay, so I have a question that I'm posing to all of you because it's something that's been talked about.
We have to pick winners too, by the way.
Okay, do you want to do that first?
If yours is off topic of that, then yeah.
No, I mean it's on topic.
Okay, then go ahead.
So one thing that's been floating around about this whole thing is that Cole is meticulously. Now I know this is a reach, but I just want to hear everyone's.
I don't want to hear this Dreamville propaganda, bro.
No,
I can already.
I'm not agreeing with that. I just want to hear your guys' opinions. Is that Cole is meticulously doing this, and then he forgot a verse. You saw that? You guys see that video?
Yeah, he forgot.
He performed the next night at a Boss show, and he forgot his verse.
Oh yeah.
And I thought he was just insane.
So his final album is called
going through it mentally.
His final album is called The Fall Off, and there's people who are speculating that him doing all of this is building up to. He's basically making it. He's setting his stone of like he is falling off just for him to come back and fucking shit on everything. So
you can't come back
believe
from this
action. I'm just curious. Does anyone think that's even a possibility? I'm not saying I think that. I've seen people talking about that.
Hell no.
No, that's
not
even close. I don't think. Yeah,
and if that is it,
seems so crazy.
If that is the
thing, that fucking PR bullshit out of here.
No, something to say, just keep Cole afloat.
And if it is true, that's the dumbest shit ever.
No, bro, I think it is too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dying on this hill. I'm just curious what you guys think. Because people do the same. People do the same thing. Oh, but Kendrick said at 3 minutes and 17 seconds that and so that must mean this.
That's
why
I can't stand Kendrick fans because they'll overanalyze everything. But I think that like it's just it's a reach at this point. Like it's Cole. It's Cole's fans trying to like, bro. I've seen how many like pages I've seen be like, oh, now we team Drake because the Kendrick and Cole beef happened. But bro, listen. You removed 7-Minute Drill from streaming services today. Officially, you removed it from streaming services. You were projected at 160 to 140K. You ended up at 120 because a lot of people fell off. People were saying, oh, Cole didn't fall off. His streams were up 21%. That was because of search engine optimization, SEO. If you have the number one topic, which he is the number one topic in hip hop right now, it's negatively. Look at how Cole's streams will be affected in the next month or so. Then get back to me with that.
And Cole already not like in our case, but Cole had the most hate out of all of them. I feel like already because there were so many people. Think about like when the offseason came out or like that Metro Boomin tweet just came up so many times. Even before that shit came out, Metro Boomin's like, I love Cole's music. It puts me right to sleep. I can put that shit on and I'll be out in a minute.
Also, I do want to do another thing and report just for accuracy and transparency. Rob Markman, shout out Rob Markman. He reported through his sources that he confirmed that the J. Cole verse was done like that even happened, which makes sense because ain't no way you're just putting out this record with like a one-line response to what has been the biggest topic in hip hop. Yeah. Over the last 5 days, but also again that speaks to Cole not handling his business correctly, because what did Drake do? Drake pulled the Pac-Man feature because he knows that the next thing he puts out has to be a response. This is just it's
again, chess not checkers.
And it's J. Cole it's J. Cole failing in that, but he's out the way now. Kendrick versus Drake. So let's pick the next round, because this is gonna go multiple rounds. Like, Drake's gonna respond. There's gonna be some time. Kendrick's
this is going on for this year.
This is gonna last at least the entire summer. Bro. So I don't want like people are. I already can see how Twitter works. Drake's gonna drop his diss tonight, tomorrow, whatever, whenever he drops it. When he drops it, and then in 24 hours, people are gonna be, "Where's Kendrick? Where's Kendrick? Where's Kendrick?" Like, it's gonna be like a Drake sends a record, a couple weeks, a month later, Kendrick sends a record. Drake sends it's gonna be well thought out.
This isn't over tomorrow
because you can't play. Neither of these sides can play with each other, regardless of who you pick in this battle. Everybody respects the opponent,
and everyone's right.
Kendrick respects Drake. Drake respects Kendrick.
With how long it takes Kendrick to respond, this might go into next year, so you never know.
I think.
Kendrick is the equivalent. Kendrick, this is what I think of when I think of Kendrick. I think of Kendrick as when Soulja Boy hop on Instagram Live and do all them rants.
I was the first one.
When he go on Instagram Live, do all them rants.
That's why
fuck you, this, that, and the third. Yeah. And then as soon as he get done with the rants, his Instagram deactivated. Mm-hmm. That's Kendrick. And that's just one thing.
And then coming back like a year later.
You think he's gonna pop out, he's gonna shake everything up, and then he's just gonna disappear again.
Yeah, just because he didn't respond to none of them control verses. Like, you got Lupe, you got Big Crit.
Did they all do that? Was that all recent?
No. That was when it happened. Joe Budden responded to, but you know what? First of all, I'm sure you're with me. But like, if I didn't name you, I don't care to.
He named Big Crit.
Yeah, no, but that's one of them.
So he deserved a response. He ducked that.
That's a very
good
very
point.
fair
I
point.
didn't know Crit ever responded to that.
I do agree with that. Hey, bro, you won't ever hear Big Crit slander from me. I'm probably the biggest Big Crit fan of everybody here.
The Bigger Picture, one of my favorite songs by him.
But bro,
he's a really good artist for sure.
No,
he snaps. But yeah, like that's a good point. Like, that's
keeping Southern rap alive.
But at the same time, when it comes to this particular battle. Next round, so Drake is going to respond, and Kendrick's is just jabs. Drake, I don't think he's going to jump out people are saying nuclear. I think it's going to be nuclear more towards Future and Metro, because they did fucking 3 albums dissing him. So, I think he's going to disrespect them. But I think as far as the Kendrick side, it's gonna be.
I don't think so.
It's gonna be jabs. Like, do you expect him to jump out the window with Kendrick, or do you expect him to just?
He knows what everybody wants. We honestly barely even paying attention to the Future and little tension going on. The main focus is Kendrick, the big 3. Well, obviously they're saying Future part of the big 3 now, but honestly, I think Future needs to drop his own whole solo diss song. Granted, he ain't got the lyrics, but he can make a commercial.
But you know what, though? I saw people talking about is that, honestly, Metro and Future are kind of in the perfect position to this, because they're just eating off the numbers without having to really...
Yeah.
They don't really... if Future doesn't respond, it's not going to make people be like, oh, Future should have responded, or he had to respond. People don't really give a fuck, because it was just... They just so happened to be involved in this way that, it doesn't directly affect them, but it literally they're just eating off of it, which is not a bad thing, because it's just the way that it happened. You know what I mean? Because it went from that Cole verse was already.
I could also see a world in which Cole wanted to take that down. They're like, nah, fam, we gonna keep that shit.
Before we get off, though, I do have one question for you.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up, boys.
We do.
When
we gotta make our picks.
When Drake comes back with the diss, could that surprise you if he says some crazy out of the box shit that you're just gonna be shocked.
No, I kind of hope he does.
I hope he does.
But no,
what
but
I want everybody.
this is for a Kendrick fan though. You see what I'm
Okay,
saying?
no, but
I'm a Kendrick fan too, and I want to see it happen.
don't do that because
Big
I'm not.
Kendrick fan.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna put the. I know you guys are OVO. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like let's
I'm
keep
the second
it.
That's why I want your
room,
opinion,
for
though.
sure.
Yeah, but we're all objective. But don't paint it as like oh, let's see what the Kendrick fan says. Because I'm not gonna go to you and be like, oh, let's see what the Drake fan says.
No. But I just want your, because it's against Kendrick. I just want your opinion.
Listen, I
Could
don't
he
care.
surprise you?
Truthfully, I don't care who wins. I just want this battle.
Okay.
Honest to God, I want
I'm just
this battle.
enjoying it. Yeah, I'm
But
enjoying it.
what I want everybody to keep in mind is that the internet is fluky. So if Drake drops a diss right now, obviously it's going to be the hottest thing. We're all going to be jamming it. But then people are going to flock to that because that is the last thing said. Like, then all of a sudden when Drake responds, like that becomes old news. And then it becomes, okay, Kendrick, what are you doing? What are you doing next? So that's what I want everybody to keep in mind. This is my main point with all of this is, look, Drake's going to respond and there's going to be victors of round 1, but this is going to go 3 or 4 rounds.
Right.
This is not going to be like whenever Drake responds, I don't care if it's 2-3 weeks, a month, 2 months from now, Kendrick's going to respond. I put that on everything.
Oh, no, he's gonna. I'm not saying he's definitely gonna respond for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Which is why
be Kendrick Lamar if he
which
didn't
is
respond.
why I think it's gonna come down to strategy and execution. It's gonna be, can Drake mobilize the non rap fan base to dominate the narrative. It's gonna come down to narrative. It's gonna come down to who controls the narrative. If Kendrick can keep it in the box of this is hip hop, my hip hop fan base versus your hip hop fan base, which is even, that plays into Kendrick's favor.
I don't know.
It's gonna come to that.
Your main motherfucking weakness is production picking. Make sure you pick the right fucking beat, or it's gonna cost you. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's fair too.
I will say,
That's
yeah,
actually very
because
fair.
I like Kendrick's production, but for a diss record, it's got to be right. And I think Like That was a good choice because it was callbacks to very classic hip hop.
And it was West
in
Coast.
more than one way. It was fucking...
You know, Kendrick always gonna find a way to make it West Coast. You fucking threw the West Coast Eazy-E sample in it. Just, I guarantee that was a Kendrick thing. It was like, yeah, this beat is dope, but like, add something West Coast.
Yeah, but see, is that not an easy shot for Drake then? Is like, the only time you're using anything West Coast is when da-da-da. I mean, because Kendrick doesn't really allude to it that much.
But when is Drake using West Coast? So it's a null point to me.
I'm saying it's the point of that he's putting West Coast artists on or whatever from that we were talking about earlier. But anyway, all right, let's
go around the room. I think Drake's gonna respond harder than Kendrick, so I think Drake's gonna win round 1 because I think he's gonna because Kendrick's was a jab. I think Drake's gonna come with a punch.
The precedent's been set now. So.
But I think that's how beef is supposed to go.
I was going to say, there was a light jab from Kendrick. I think Drake's going to have plenty of time to respond. And I'm predicting he's going to drop it tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I think it is going to be this weekend. I do.
I think it's going to be tomorrow.
I hope so.
I think it's ready. I think he just wanted to wait and see what the Metro Future, if it had more shots.
I think it's going to be tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Sunday for sure. For sure. Because, bro, you're taking your time on this diss track.
I'm hoping.
It's already been three weeks.
I'm giving it the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, but man, the tour. Bro, them Drake fans were
but
riding
the
that
tour. But you had time to write that shit on the
to.
board.
We got to, because that's a good reason. You got other shit to focus on right now.
J. Cole had that 7-minute
Instead of some
drill.
5-foot midgets that want to pop up
The
every
tour, bro. That
3
set
years.
list is done. It's made. There's no excuse.
Rod, what's your final stance on this?
Drake, take your fucking time, please. And you're going to get the dub.
I'm good with
I got
that.
Drake on the dub. Drake, take your fucking time. And please, if you see this, drop the diss EP. Make a song for all these niggas, one by one. Take them out the fucking game.
But who deserves one and who does? Like that, I don't
told
want to
you.
have that conversation again. But like that's where I'm at with it. Like I agree
Metro,
that's a good
Future.
approach.
Future,
Metro
Weeknd.
Future together.
The Weeknd.
Honestly.
Kendrick, Cole, The Weeknd. Cole doesn't have to necessarily be a diss.
The
we have to
Weeknd is
say
a
how
big
you
one,
disappointed
too.
in
That-
him.
Cole, he could diss
came
while
up
he
out of
disses
nowhere.
Kendrick, because like he could just be like.
I was gonna say
he could
2
just
for
be
1.
like,
I don't
hey,
think,
by the way,
I don't
Cole's
think
a
Drake
bitch.
even want to
Keep
diss.
it moving.
I don't think Drake really want to diss Cole though. Like
You
Like,
don't. That's why
Cole
it's not a
is
whole
just
record.
such a lovable guy. Why would you want to diss him?
That's why it's
And-
it's part of a record rather than a whole record.
And to your point, another point I've seen just people talking about in general, which again, this is fan bases versus fan bases, so it's really hard to gauge. But people do make a good point in that, like, Drake has been sending subliminals for years at all of these people for the
Everybody.
most part,
Well,
and yet nobody else responded quick or anything. So, I mean, although this Kendrick diss is more direct in this very moment, but like at the same time, there's been years between him saying this, that artist learning that he's talking about
And
that person,
responding.
and then not responding to it. So it's like, why does Drake get held to this precedent of like, oh, he needs to respond right away when like he sent subliminals for years and the people he
That's
sent
where I'm at.
subliminals at
Let this-
haven't responded.
I
Be
know.
patient.
Here's
internet.
the thing. I
Be
totally
patient.
agree with that. But you're Drake. If this was me, this would be my main priority is to respond back
I
right
think
away.
it-
Because
I
that's
think
what the
it-
people
That's
want.
why you might
Of course.
lose. You're moving too fast.
Of
You ain't
course,
too fast,
thinking enough.
but
I agree.
that's what I mean. I'm just saying is that like that's the reason. You're right, absolutely, especially right now because clearly this is a clear thing right now.
Exactly.
Where like the subliminals that Drake sent, but like at the same time, like yeah, nobody responded to those right away, and nobody gives them shit for not responding right away.
That's the thing.
You know what I mean? So
But it's
right now,
Drake.
right,
So people are going to be like, oh, what's taking him so long? He's Drake. He should be able to do it right away.
Listen.
You take too long, people are going to be like, what the fuck's he doing?
Drake,
internet,
get
you
in the
don't have to
studio,
wait.
grab 40, get in the fucking
Grab
studio,
40.
grab that
He
motherfucking
should've been
BlackBerry and
grabbing.
hop in your old
He
element
said
right
grab
now.
the BlackBerry.
Right fucking
That's
now.
what I'm saying. He should have grabbed that BlackBerry and 40
Grab
a
that
long time
BlackBerry
ago.
and show these niggas why you Drake, bro. Show
Hey,
these
man.
niggas why you the GOAT.
We gonna have a great battle. But
And
we
whenever
will
it
talk-
comes up, you got to come on next so we can
For real.
we can further
yeah,
discuss
bro.
this.
Shout out to Birdie, first time guest. Killed
sir.
it,
Shout
killed
out
it,
to
man.
homie.
Shout
Yes, sir.
out
Yes, sir.
to you.
I'm glad to be here. Let me say thank you to both of the Chris's and Amer. Amer, thank y'all for letting me be on here. I appreciate it.
Of course, man.
Hey,
I
man,
love
Anytime,
voicing
bro.
my
opinion on music,
We gonna
so
have
this
you
is great.
back because you
They said they
killed
gonna
it.
have
You
me back.
smoked it. I'm not
For
gonna.
sure.
Yeah,
I think-
Yeah, it's all
I think
wax.
they
that
need
you're
to make
coming
me a
back.
co-host on
Yeah,
this bitch.
it-
Oh, yeah. It's on paper, bro. You're definitely coming
it's
back.
It's on wax.
For
but
sure.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. This is another episode of the Rap Cape Podcast. Let us know of the beef below. What do you think of J. Cole's apology? What do you think of Drake versus Kendrick? Who are you picking? What are you predicting next? And also, what do you think of the young Metro Boomin and Future album? Let us know in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that. Help the gang grow. We appreciate all of you, and we will catch you on the next episode. Peace out.